What's up, everybody? I just filmed part 2, so I still had the kick for filming videos, so here we are with part 3. I changed the CD and I took my sweatshirt off. So what we were listening to is just starting, but there's Atmosphere of Black Metal from the Ukraine. This is Grand Destiny by Sear Bliss. Awesome, weird stuff. Very Emperor-esque, but also has a saxophone. Very cool. I will talk about it when I get my CD collections. So this is some old school heavy metal, but it also has 3 of my favorite vinyl that I own, which are black metal and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna cut into it. So please stick around through the couple of less than amazing ones in here. For the good ones. This one is Hellbent for Leather by Judas Priest. This is my second favorite Judas Priest album. Nothing special. I'm gonna fly through the Priest. That's a copy of Injustice for All. So there's Hellbent for Leather. There it is. Yeah, it's cool. The title track's catchier than hell. All pun intended. Next one. This is the most common Judas Priest record you'll ever see on vinyl. This is Screaming for Vengeance. I got a really good shape copy of it. It's from... I don't know what year this one's from. But yeah, it's cool. I guess printed inner that's got band photo, lyrics that for some reason the vinyl is not in. But yeah, this is alright, I guess. I don't really listen to that much Judas Priest like I used to. Again, most of the big names in old school heavy metal have come to bore me, except this one. This is one of my 3 favorite vinyls that are in this update. This is an old school pressing of Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath on Combat, the original press from 1984. Oh my god. I can't believe I own this. Love this album. Printed inner. It's a little screwed up. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous item. Took it out and put it in this non-static sleeve. An awesome camouflage label. Combat, Merciful Fate. Awesome album. I love this Merciful Fate album. Probably my favorite. Only seconded by In the Shadows. But yeah, this is Merciful Fate's Don't Break the Oath. I love this album to death. I can't believe I own this. Yeah, if you don't know this, you need to go listen to it. You might not like it, because a lot of people do not like King Diamond's vocals. But if you are not a flaming pussy, you will not hate it. Don't Break the Oath. Next, Diary of a Madman by Ozzy Osbourne. Got this for $2 at the flea market. Couldn't just leave it there. Somebody's gonna pick it up and not take any good care of it. Jet label, which is weird. Never seen a Jet label. Printed inner. Lyrics. Cover. Yeah, this is a cool album. Probably this is not a bad movie. Not a bad one at all. Sorry, I was reading the title track on the track on the other one. Yeah, this is a pretty good album. I don't like putting it into the inner because it's just scary. I don't want to destroy it. But yeah, this says Randy Rhoads on it, which everybody cares, right? But yeah, it's Diary of a Madman by Ozzy. Next, my favorite of those 2. This is Blizzard of Oz. Awesome. This has No Bone Movies on it, which is probably my favorite Ozzy track. It also has Suicide Solution. White printed, the white inner on yet another Jet Records pressing. Don't know anything about Jet. It's New York. That's all I know. Yeah, that's it. So, Blizzard of Oz. Okay, here's number 2 of my favorites. Number 2. This is Ota by Sear. Gorgeous Icelandic post-rock, post-metal stuff. Cool. Kept the hype sticker. The heathen-hearted Icelanders deliver a fantastic album that transcends all genre borders. Recommended for if you like Enslaved Primordial, Baroness, and Euthymia. First American press on black vinyl, limited to 400 copies. Very glad to own this. Cool cover. Gatefold with gorgeous cover. Printed inner. Very thick too. Black. It's super tight in there. That's what she said. Other printed inner's got some more great art. I'm not pulling that vinyl out because it is a lot of work to get it back out. So I tend to only do it when I'm about to listen to it. So, yeah, this is a top quality release. I would check this out at any means necessary. Boy Dog by Sear. Right here is a first wave of metal album. This is Phenomenon by UFO. Phenomenon is phenomenal. Michael Schenker is super influential to the 1980s style of thrash. Weird label, it's not really cool to see. But yeah, if Rock Bottom, it's super heavy for 1974. Dr. Space Child. Gary Holt cites Michael Schenker as probably his biggest influencing guitar. So if you like bands and then you like their influences, you'll like this. Phenomenon by UFO. We're making a really good time. I'll spend some time on these next 4. This is Natin's Madrigal by Oliver. This is the last of my 3 that I love in this pile. Actually, the next one's really cool too. Super thick, nice vinyl pressing. Except the fact that I cannot get one of the records in here. Gorgeous gatefold. I will not be pulling the other vinyl out, but this is the one that I cannot get in. Black non-static inner on purple vinyl. A lot of people have picked up these reissues, and I've never seen anybody show the purple version. Very good atmospheric black vinyl, very folky, very influential. Everything I think is after this completely sucks by Oliver. I don't like the late era at all. I do love early Oliver though. I have their second album as well right there, and I need to pick up their demo somehow and their debut album. And I will be content with my Oliver collection. I need to get the CDs obviously, but I would like to get the other vinyls. This is a band that I would like their vinyls. So Oliver. Another one that is a really cool album to own for me, but it's the cheapest pressing I could ever see. It's an MCA pressing of a thrash classic. This is, I think the album's called Eternal Nightmare. Yes, it is, by Violence. Very cool. Very nice album. They obviously look like it's the 80s. But yeah, very cool artwork. Sear Massacre stole it from. The terrible vinyl that is ridiculously thin, and I usually am not picky, but look at that. I know. And then there's the jacket. Yeah, this is so thin, it's terrible, but this album's awesome. I've listened to regular versions of this, and it doesn't sound much different at all. So I'm okay with the thin, terrible pressing. But yeah, even with the record, and it's terrible. But yeah, I would check this out if you like old school thrash. You will not be disappointed. If you like early Exodus, Voivod, I hate Voivod. But yeah, Violence. Now I have my 3 metal 7 inches. This first one is a split off Hellside Bangers. This is Crucified Mortals and Exorcism Split. Very cool. Crucified Mortals and Exorcism. Oh yeah, you can hear that saxophone right now. I don't know what this is limited to, but I'm 100% sure it is limited to something, and I don't remember. But white sleeve with this gorgeous vinyl. I love this. That's the Exorcism side, and the Crucified Mortals side with what looks to be Nosferatu's head on a stake. And yeah, check this out if you like black thrash, old school death thrash, all that stuff. Very, very top quality album. Love the artwork. I love how it goes together too, like that. Very cool. Yeah, check this out if you're into old school thrash with some blackened tinges. It's kind of like sarcophago, I guess, or sarcophago. I don't know. Sarcophagio. I've heard so many different pronunciations. Next is a band that everybody hates, but it's limited to 500 copies. Actually, people like the music. People hate the main guy behind it. This is limited to 500 copies. I have 446. This is the As Made single by Knockmistium. Knockmistium is a psychedelic tinged black metal band from around my area, Arlington Heights, Illinois. It's not around, but it's close-ish. Cool. Hand numbered out of 500, I have 446. White sleeve, black vinyl with a nice little Knockmistium label. But yeah, if you like Knockmistium, you'll know this already. If you like psychedelic black metal, you'll like this. To Ranzi Pazuzu, stuff in that genre, but this is a little bit less weird than Ranzi Pazuzu. But nonetheless, it is a phenomenal release. Blake Judd's a dick, but I try to put that behind me because a lot of black metal musicians are not exactly charitable, good Christian men. So, Knockmistium's As Made. And the last one, one of my prized possessions as far as vinyl goes. This is Ungentle Examination by Cryptopsy. Signed by the entire band. I can't believe they got this. Last one they were selling on their tour with Cannibal Corpse, Abysmal Dawn, and Obituary. On a white inner sleeve. I believe this is an EP or a demo that was re-released and then sold on a clear vinyl. I've listened to this countless times. Now realizing I try not to listen to it as much because it is signed. And I don't want to wear out the vinyl, but I know I'm stupid because it's so hard to wear out a vinyl if you take care of them. So that's it for my metal vinyl collection, my friends. I will be coming at you next with either CDs or tapes. So that's it for now, guys, and keep it greasy.